greetings. Our messages flow to you with love and the intention of bringing guidance and enlightenment to all who resonate with them. All is proceeding according to plan, unfolding as it must in order to bring greater awareness to the presence of countless commonly accepted agendas based in separation. Exposure is serving to open eyes of a three-dimensional majority to the pain and suffering that has and still is resulting from many laws and societal concepts. The floods, fires, hurricanes are energies of suffering, war, violence, and all activities based in separation that have long been somewhat dormant but still present. These energies are now surfacing and clearing, and in the process are forcing many who have lived happily in a state of disconnect from nature and other people to begin thinking about planet Earth, all forms of life on her, and how everything is connected. Some, not all, who are experiencing destructive events at this time chose to have the experience as a part of their learning process, their spiritual bucket list so to speak, while others choose to be a part of these types of events because they provide opportunities for love and service to others. The vast majority, however, are spiritually ready for more but need experiences that will force them out of complacency and into deeper inner examination. However, know that God does not, cannot form itself as destructive activity. Extreme destructive events are formed out of the collective belief in separation and its resulting fear. Remember, you are creators. Be patient and try not to judge what you are presently seeing and hearing from all forms of media, for it is almost always based in three-dimensional beliefs and concepts about how things must be in order to be right or correct. This is where trusting your intuition becomes very important. Fear has become the world's dominant emotion at this time. Become alert to and aware of how you are propagandized into fear on multiple levels. Even the most basic and simple ads tell you that if you do not use their product, something bad will happen. The news in all its forms is almost 100% based in some form of fear, which when accepted becomes your state of consciousness and may or may not express in some way. Recognize the many forms through which fear presents itself: rules, regulations, news, concepts, collective beliefs, teachings religious and otherwise, and traditions, all carrying various levels of fear-based belief which over time have become fully ingrained in and as the collective consciousness. Fear always arises from the belief in separation, that one is separate from their physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual good unless they believe this way, act this way, do this or do that, as dictated by individuals and groups who claim to have superior knowledge. In reality, much of what they espouse is simply a reflection of collective concepts formed over time by the majority belief in two powers, duality, and separation. Fear is an illusion, dear ones, a dense fog formed of nothing but the illusion of separation. Those who realize that they and all life forms are divine consciousness in expression are serving to dissolve this ancient heavy fog through the presence of the higher resonating light they carry in their consciousness. Many very evolved souls are now incarnating in order to add the high resonating light of their consciousness to Earth's ascension process. It is difficult to stop fearing because fear has served well in its ability to alert individuals to dangerous situations. Learn to determine the difference between the voice of intuition guiding you and unsubstantiated fear. Do not to resist fear when it presents itself in one form or another, but simply recognize it and determine for yourself whether what you are feeling is valid or not. Be alert to the subtle messages embedded in commercial ads and for your own good statements that flow to you through all forms of media. You will soon begin to recognize the underlying fear-based concepts being presented for you to read, observe, and then accept as your reality. The promoters of these things are not always trying to trick or bring fear to you, for they are often unaware that they are promoting fear and believe they are helping others, or that their promotion simply represent good business. Fear is subliminal and takes many forms, all of which are present in the collective and available to anyone in alignment with their particular energy. Many of you are experiencing fear and anxiety at this time and don't know why, because there is only one. Everyone is receptive to the energies of the collective at some time or another. Know that fear, anxiety, or any other negative energies are never personally yours. It is only if or when you claim them to be personally yours, that they then become yours. This does not mean that those who are spiritually awake should ignore the practical everyday issues of life that are in need of attention, but rather means doing what you are guided to do while not endowing situations with power for good or bad. No one can live the absolute until it becomes their attained state of consciousness, which is what spiritual evolution is all about. Trust that your higher self is drawing to you what you need in order to learn and evolve, even if the experiences you are having don't seem very positive or spiritual. We have often spoken to the need for releasing dependence on spiritual metaphysical tools. We would like to clarify that this does not mean you can no longer own and love the crystals, oils, sounds, etc. that you have come to love over the course of your spiritual journey. When we say release the tools, we mean that there comes a point in every person's spiritual journey at which they must cease giving these things a power greater than their own, in the belief that they have the ability to give you something that you don't already have within you. Crystals, sound, vibration, color, oils are all powerful tools for balancing energy healing and were the major focus in ancient healing temples where many of you worked. Each crystal, oil, or sound carries its own unique energy, which then can augment and activate that same energy lying dormant but already fully present within an individual. Always remember that spiritual tools do not, never have, and never can give you something that you don't already have. Use them and love them, but never lose sight of the fact that they are in and of the same energy as you, because there is only one, whether it is manifesting itself as a person, crystal, animal or tree. Relax into the process. Spiritual evolution for eons has been based on effort, practices, and activities of one sort or another meant to make the person more spiritual or closer to God. It is time to let all that go, because these types of beliefs are obsolete and no longer relevant once you become aware of the fact that God is already fully present within. Relax. Cease the struggle and allow yourself to be what you already are. Never fear change, for change is the process through which ordinary living becomes kinder, fairer, better, easier, more evolved and loving. There is much to come, dear ones. Be patient as dark rises to the surface in order to be seen and recognized by the majority. Know and trust that there is a divine plan and that you chose to be a part of it. Allow, knowing that everything is as it needs to be. We are the Arcturian group.